play like me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 20th IRF Racquetball World Championships. I'm in the broadcast booth, Dean Baer, and joining me is the famous Gary Masaroff. First of all, Gary, buenos dias, good morning, how are you?
Buenos dias a ti. Dean, it's a privilege to work with you and Pablo again. We initiated that relationship yesterday with a 15-14, 15-14 revenge win by the doubles team from Ecuador over Guatemala.
Amazing it was.
Yeah, it was.
So we got our singles match, the first of 5 matches today. Bolivia, Conrado, Moscoso versus Mexico, Andree Parrilla. I was talking to you earlier about, we were talking about seeds, talking about matchups. These guys play on the professional side a lot. I've seen them play. Players are playing a little bit different when they got the flag on the back, Gary. Agree
Exactly.
or disagree?
I do agree. Throw the seeds out the window. Case in point, Montoya, ex-world champ, he got beat in the 16s yesterday. This is a toss-up.
Yeah, you want to say, how did these players get here? Some of the things I like to talk about. This is the bottom half of the draw. I'm sorry, this is the top half of the draw. Andree Parrilla, I believe, came in as the 4 seed. Moscoso as the 5, and they're ready to go. The winner of this match is going to take on either Landa or Juan Salvatierra from Guatemala. So that match is going to be a little bit, I think, starting on one of the other courts. But we have 5 matches for you today. Dean Baer, Gary Masaroff. This broadcast presented, and we want to say a quick thank you to the Zurich Foundation for helping out the broadcast team, as well as Court Wars. You'll watch their commercial later. And the Planet of Racquetball Instagram and Facebook page. So you guys want to check those out right there. But these guys are getting ready to start, Gary. Packed house already. Should be a good one.
Absolutely.
Point 1 for Moscoso.
Good
Weak
start.
return.
Moscoso from beautiful city of Sucre in Bolivia.
Yeah, I've only been to Cochabamba. I can't wait to go to Sucre. Or I think we're going to be in Santa Cruz.
If you have a chance to veer to Sucre, do it, Dean. It's a provisional capital.
It's already 1-0. Moscoso had that tough serve and a weak return, skipped in. Andree's already talking to the referee. Can't imagine what he could be speaking about. The foot fault, maybe?
Could be. Franco Copandecchi, he is our head official and only official, because we will not have lines people at least till the next round.
Second serve. So both players exchanging skips. Moscoso does get a point on that action. And now Andree with his first opportunity to serve. He's going to go with his backhand. It's usually like a little junk serve, I like to call it. Moscoso steps up and rips that into the corner.
Very impressive.
Not a good serve.
Very impressive. The return, that is. Parrilla, San Luis Potosi, racquetball hotbed for years in Mexico.
Pick that up. Big setup from Moscoso, and he skips it in. So both players early going bottom board and missing. Moscoso's point came on an Andree skip. But this must be in the game plan, the backhand serve to Moscoso. Andree gets point number 1, 1-1.
Beautiful facility here, Dean. Brand new, 10 courts, 2 championship courts.
Yeah, speaking of this facility, Gary, do you know how long it took to build? Because they're almost done, but we are here.
Well, conservatively, it was 11 years. Some people said it was 15. The bottom line is, here we are.
Someone told me yesterday 7. So arithmetic is not in the equation here. But they do have another one of these glass courts being built.
Exactly. Numbers are made to use and abuse. Good start for Parrilla, 3-1.
Another. So interesting. The interesting serve Parrilla kind of started with that kind of backhand junk serve. The first one, Moscoso ripped into the corner, and now, you know, Parrilla's got 4 points on the board with the same serve.
It's a good point. Sometimes the first part of the first game, somebody makes a great shot. It's good for the opponent because it sets a tone that they can continue to do it.
Andree Parrilla took out Dominican Republic Ramon de Leon in his first matchup here. That's how he got here. Moscoso took out Diego Garcia. Much tougher match for Moscoso.
Fellow Bolivian who is now playing for Argentina.
And some say has the potential to be really, really good. He's not playing in the juniors, although he would qualify because Argentina, the whole team is going from here to an LPRT stop next weekend. But some would say he would have been the favorite, him and Eric Trujillo, to pretty much capture the crown on the junior side.
Good point.
Really loved seeing all the juniors who play today. It truly is a treat.
Well, Meneses from Bolivia playing in this event was also playing earlier in the girls 18 event for the juniors.
Got a lot of people in the chat box with that Bolivia flag and a ton of Mexican flags in there. I want to thank you all for watching this broadcast. I want to thank our producer, Pablo Faje, in advance for a day's work.
Yanko, one of the Mexican coaches, told me they have 22 junior players here.
Yeah, Bolivia's heavy junior players here for Bolivia. Obviously, the Guatemalans are here. It's their home facility.
Unfortunately, the Team USA junior team will not be here.
Not happy about that. We'll get to that when we broadcast some of the juniors, I would imagine. But here we are. Moscoso still stuck on one. Not serving well. And he has a problem when he's playing professionally with his foot faults. Have you noticed on the international level as well?
Yes, I have. The question is, will the referee call it?
Yeah. Great diving get there by Moscoso.
It's an appealable call when you have lines people.
Look at that. Let's look at this replay, Gary. Look at his shot right now. That's the diving get. Here's the pinch. Moscoso can't get a read on that. You got to know the off-speed pinch is coming from Parrilla.
Like that one, but he
too much
into
power.
the floor. Yeah.
Too much power coming from Moscoso there, that down the line. Tell you, packed house here. A lot of countries in the house.
14 countries in the adult event, 10 in the juniors.
It's amazing.
We're glad to have welcomed Ireland, Korea, and Japan here as well. And while I have the mic, I want to wish Luke St. Ange a happy birthday yesterday and a speedy recovery. He had surgery last month.
Thank all of you guys watching. Just give us a shout if the audio's okay or the cameras are off. This is the first match of the day. This is when the kinks have to come out. So just double checking that with you. Appreciate the feedback. Here we are on the International Racquetball Federation Facebook page. Great pass there. Wow, Parrilla. Parrilla looks smooth and he looks confident, and Moscoso does not.
First part of game one, certainly won by Parrilla. That'll help out.
Yeah, Moscoso is a faster type player. He really likes to shoot, run and gun type player. Andree's a little more methodical. In my opinion, Andree is one of the most cerebral racquetball players here. Because Rocky Carson's not here, so.
Coached by his cerebral dad.
Which sometimes can work against you when you have your parent in your corner. I've seen it with them, and I've been on that side also.
Same thing for Moscoso, because his dad was coaching him for years.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's not present here, and I think it needs to be mentioned. Bolivia does not have a main coach coaching their team. They have some people helping. Your thoughts?
Well, one of their main coaches, kind of inconspicuous, but if there were a head coach for Bolivia, it would be Felipe Mercado.
And he's here, but he's won. There's a lot of matches going on here.
Correct.
And the juniors really need a coach, but again, just an opinion of mine, I believe Moscoso needs someone specific for him, not only on an international level, but definitely when he's playing professional.
So his acting coach right now is his fellow country person, Rolando Coco Keller, who's playing doubles.
So the schedule for the matchups right now, we have 5 matches today. They are on the IRF Instagram page. But I'll read them to you. After this match, we got Longoria versus Salas. And after that will be Ugalde from Ecuador taking on Andres Acuna. So Ecuador versus Costa Rica. Mexico coming up next. Then we have Guatemala and Argentina. Gabby Martinez versus Natalia Mendez. And then the final match, we got to have Jake Bredenbeck versus Mario Mercado. USA versus Colombia.
Big win yesterday for Jake.
Huge.
Bredenbeck, USA, over Rodrigo Montoya, reigning world champ. Folks, this is the 2020 version of the 20th IRF World Racquetball Championships.
And these guys qualify for?
Because of COVID, it's held this year in the odd year, so the 21st version will be next year to catch up.
So Gary, we touched on this yesterday. A question in the chat is can they ask for line judges if they want? Your answer is the same as yesterday. They can ask, they won't get.
If the tournament desk approves, especially if both players ask, they may honor it.
If they have the staff here.
Correct. And many of you out there, the viewing audience, don't know that a referee who resides in Mexico or is of Mexican descent, they can't ref a match where Mexicans play.
Or line judge, correct?
Or line.
I think there's a question already. The referee went over to the tournament desk, and the Mexican coach is with him. And I thought coaches were not allowed to talk to the referees.
Coaches may ask referee for interpretation of a rule. Other than that,
and
they're not
line
supposed
line judges are on the way.
Okay.
So
we evidently have answered a question or your question as well. So we were told yesterday at the delegates meeting that it would not happen probably until the semis. However, one of the regulations which was drawn about 3 years ago was we would not have lines people until the quarterfinals. Well, this is a quarterfinal match, so they are honoring it. And
looks like Guatemala is one, and I can't see the other one.
Moscoso. Ball live. Ball still live. It looks like he skipped that in. Lying prone on the racquetball floor. So we're here early in game one. We've had some dialogue. We now have two linespersons to help Kopendecki from Argentina.
So, Gary, with the line judges, what is appealable and what's not? Is it? I think that's just important to get to at some point.
All calls are appealable, with the exception of a technical assessed by the referee or a forfeit call. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to talk about the change upcoming in the appeal system for the international play. So Dean, we're down tied at 5. Moscoso serving, trying to get his second lead. He was up 1-0.
Big crowd starting to form here, that's for sure. And we need to also address during this match too the importance of these games here and the qualifications that come from this event for the Birmingham, Alabama. They're called the World Games.
World Games, a quadrennial event, multi-sport event. Racquetball's been part of it 3 or 4 times. The previous one in Poland, they were not part because Poland didn't have any racquetball courts. Next year, the games will be in Birmingham, Alabama in the U.S., and this is a qualifier. So matches will be played today, tomorrow, and probably the next 2 days till Monday, through Monday, to determine not only 1 through 16, but 17 through 32.
Just in case someone can't make it?
Correct.
Andree was all over that.
Ball's flat, near side winner by Moscoso, so trying to even the score here in game one.
Can't get that one.
This is the first high-tier international event held in Guatemala, and I'm confident you'll agree with me, it won't be the last. With this new complejo, this complex, beautiful facility, we'll have many more in the upcoming years.
This will not be. I think you're going to see some not only international events, I think you might see some professional events here. This facility can handle it. And the most important factor is the people love racquetball. And that's the main ingredient to the sauce, right?
Absolutely. Timeout on the floor.
Yeah, players will take a quick break, and we will too. We'll be back right here on the International Racquetball Federation.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Manolo Beltran. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Baer and Gary Mazeroff on the IRF Facebook channel. Here we are, Parrilla, Mexico, taking on Bolivia, Moscoso. 8-5, good timeout. Let's see.
By the way, Dean, 2 timeouts per game, whether it's 15-point game or tiebreak 11 points. That rule changed a few years back, so it's consistent across the 3 games. 2 timeouts, 1 minute each per player.
So games, you got to win 2. The first 2 games are to 15. The tiebreaker will be to 11. Win by 1.
Haven't seen Moscoso hit many pounding serves. We'll see if that changes.
Look at the quick hands of Parrilla. And again.
Oh my. Got that left side wall, front wall.
He just
cross
ripped
court. Bottom line, it's a winner.
Andree has a bloody leg. So I don't know, is that considered a timeout? Is it an injury timeout?
It's part of an injury timeout. Collectively, like the U.S., per match they get 15 minutes.
So just a bloody knee would be automatic?
Yes.
So on an injury timeout, both players can come out. Andree is going to the medic desk to get himself, I think, taped. He's got a little blood coming from the knee. He has that often. It seems to be a spot that opens pretty quickly, early from diving.
I want to take this time, Dean, to thank the local organizing committee led by President of the Guatemala Racquetball Federation, Dr. Estuardo Ware, whose younger son, Christian, lost yesterday in that first streaming match, 15-14, 15-14, along
Doubles.
with his partner, yes.
And
Galicia.
that's nothing to, hold your head down. I mean, you got to keep your head up losing a match like that. They played phenomenally. They fought the whole way. So
I cornered Ugalde at the hotel last night after that match, and he was smiling. He says that was our partido revancha, the revenge match, because Guatemala defeated them in Lima in 2019.
So they came for revenge in the hometown. That's tough. I was talking to the one of the woman who's in charge of the Guatemalans. She's on the IRF staff. I can't think of her first name.
Marie Gomar.
Yeah, and I said it's really tough because he kind of lost the match point on a glass issue. With the glass right there. I'm like, that shouldn't happen when it's your home club.
Yeah, one
I know it
so.
does, but
And we spoke about that numerous times yesterday. We were wondering why they didn't pound the ball on the jam serves or the wraparound serves more into that left side wall.
They kept doing it to the white wall.
Yeah, Christian from the right side was nick lobbing or driving left. We couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, but revenge was granted.
And that's a question for Palomino, the Mexicano, who's now the head Guatemala coach.
He's doing a fantastic job.
He is.
So junior pool play started today, this morning. It was packed in here. The difference that I saw from when the juniors were playing from when the adults pool play started was the cheering, the families that are here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it reminds you that we need the youth to keep this sport going. And it's flourishing at an event like this. It's evident.
Yes, indeed. We also want to thank the workers here at the venue for feeding us, for keeping the facility clean. It's just an immaculate situation.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Couldn't do it without them.
Again, the broadcast gave a little boost to the broadcast team. I want to thank Zurich Foundation, obviously Court Wars, and Planet de Racquetball. Planet de Racquetball really strives to represent the worldwide community of the sport. Their brand focuses on introducing players in tournaments all over the globe, and that's really what's good to the diehard fans. Their social media is kind of what drives their platform. And you need to check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and it's Planeta Racquetball. So check them out. I want to give them a huge thank you for supporting the broadcast at an event like this.
Yes. We
you know,
offer
Gary.
offer them applause. Thank
Yeah.
you, Planeta.
Yeah, Gary, you know, obviously from a sponsorship program here, you know what it takes to put on an event like this. It's tremendous.
Absolutely. We
So-
don't take anything for granted. Thank you to Gearbox, the official racquetball of the International Racquetball Federation as well.
Yes. Gearbox black ball. Back to the action. Players are back on the court. Moscoso serving. 6-8. Set up in the corner. Easy point from Moscoso. 7-8.
So he went to that drive, got the weak return and put it away. Let's see if he goes to it again.
Yeah, I think the that little pause of a break, I think that helped a player like Moscoso. Wow. Look at that serve. Look at how Andree was all over that shot on Moscoso. He knew exactly where that ball was going. And it was a bullet.
And Moscoso had the entire right side to end the rally. But as you said yesterday, Dean, you don't make mistakes from outside the court.
Never. Andree changing to a little Nick lob too. That's going to be a little incidental contact. And he's going to appeal it. His camp is asking him to appeal it.
So we think that the call was a point. If that's the case, there will likely be an appeal by Team Bolivia. Each team is allowed 3 usable appeals per game.
It's 7-8, so we need to fix our scoreboard there. Bolivia back in the service box. Conrado, Moscoso. This is quarterfinal action. The winner will go to the semi-final. Bullet into the corner. No answer for that serve, Gary.
No, indeed. His countryman, Edwin Duran, watching the stream from Cochabamba. Hello, Edwin.
A little too much on that serve. Conrado Moscoso, he definitely generates a ton of power.
I want to say hello to David Staub from the Seattle area. Hello, Dave.
Yeah, Moscoso's taking shots right at Andree. I mean, cross-court, Andree's standing there.
Quick hands by Andree, but he left that right side pinch up. And a player with the caliber of Moscoso will end the rally. So look at the score here.
Ocho subiendo ocho. 9. 9-8. Moscoso with the lead.
First lead since 1-0.
I think that's a point again. That is a point. Andree's going to appeal it. His camp is telling him to appeal.
3 usable appeals available each game.
Moscoso said second serve. Moscoso told him it was short.
Honorable call. So it's still 9-8, second serve.
There's a lot of thought process along that too. Some say, you know, players shouldn't be allowed to overturn a referee. In no other sport can they really do that. Tennis, it's not allowed. Basketball, no. Andree finds himself back in the service box. Skipped it in.
Coming back with the power serve. He keeps coming left with that serve. Let's see if he
Hardly ever
changes a tune going right or reverses or jams him.
He goes to the right, like, very rare. Timeout, Mexico. Maybe we'll stay right here and we'll talk, Gary. How about that?
Absolutely. Let's give the fans out there a little history of this event, Dean. IRF World Championships, the first one was held in 1981 in California. It combined with the World Games. The next one was 1984, and since then, every 2 years it's been held, except last year because of COVID. So this is the 2020 version. This is the 20th edition of the World Championships. The juniors, which started today, that's every year. That's the 32nd edition.
And the juniors are just playing for the experience, playing for the country. They don't get to advance past the World Championships. They don't get to go to, the Birmingham, Alabama event.
Well, if they're good enough to qualify for their major team, they are. But it's great for the individual Olympic committees because they fund based on medals.
Medals are important. 10-8. Moscoso. Bullet. Andree's right there for that one. Wow. That ball just flew off the sidewall. Well, the glass. One up, one down. That was an appeal. I don't know what he appealed.
Could be wet ball.
Ah, that's true. The ball did look funny.
So an unfair bounce in international play is subject to a court hinder call. No designated court hinders, but it could be at the discretion of the official court hinder.
Parrilla left that one up, gave Moscoso an opportunity, and he scores point number 12.
So we said that the first portion of this game was won by Parrilla, and the last two portions have been won by Moscoso. And now he's trying to close it out, 3-15.
That skipped in. Yeah, I don't know why Andree's trying to go blow for blow and power for power against someone like Moscoso. Andree clearly does not have the same power. He needs to be a little more tactical, and we're going to see that right here with his half kind of Z.
More importantly, can he handle the speed or the pace of the ball from Moscoso? If he can, then he certainly has a good chance to win this match. More recently, he's been overpowered with the drive serve by Moscoso. He's going back to that same MO.
It's coming flying off the back wall, though.
Great save.
Good adjustment for Parrilla. Yeah, Moscoso finally took a little bit off that ball, and it just died in the front. Parrilla can't catch up to it. 13 serviendo 8.
Game 1, 20th IRF World Championships. He jammed him that time.
Yes.
Long serve, so second serve.
Was hoping to hit him. Andree just opened his legs a hair and the ball went right between them. Good read again by Parrilla. He adjusts well. He reads the ball very well. Like I said before, very cerebral in the court. Look at that return. We are in Guatemala City, Guatemala. I welcome everybody for tuning in.
For those of you that like to eat and who doesn't, come here. Some of the finest restaurants I've ever.
Look at that behind the back. Parrilla immediately signaled 2 bounces, puts the ball away anyway.
9-13 game 1. Towel given by the head referee, Franco Copandecchi from Buenos Aires in Argentina. He played on their junior team and their adult team for a couple years as well, Dean.
Very nice, very nice. 9-13. Good adjustment from Parrilla to get himself another point. Called a skip ball, I think, to point number 10. Moscoso's really using those corners. 10-13. Moscoso's using those corners, and Andree's reading it. He's behind him, however, he's getting that ball.
Well, he's so quick. He anticipates so well. So Moscoso's going to have to hit the ball flat. And if it continues, he may go with a different set of shots, more wide angles, straight passes.
Look at that get by Parrilla. Called it 2 bounces. Let's take a look. Andree did signal 2 bounce get, so on himself. Whoops. Down.
Great camera angle. Thank you, Pablo.
Skipped in. See, he makes such hard shots, and then, I mean, from out here, that shot looked textbook easy, and he buries it into the ground.
Pinch attempt. Andree read it as well.
Yeah, he was up there, which makes you, why, maybe did he change his mind and not pinch, not want to pinch? That caused the skip?
Could be. There he is, another one.
Another one. Point 11.
He needs to come back, and we mentioned earlier about coaching. Maybe a good time for a timeout. Tell him to go back to basics. Don't try and be too cute with these shots.
That's youth today. They want to be cute, Gary. It's the way of the world. Look at that get. Falling, and Moscoso makes that pass. What a rally.
Andree had that left side.
Yeah. Moscoso got it. This is the one right here. He went right to, he's got to hit the side. All he has to do, any type of wide angle, I don't think Moscoso has a chance. Now, Moscoso's asking for a timeout. If he had one, referee said yes. They'll take a break. We will too. We'll be back on the International Racquetball Federation.